The very best street food gives you more than just authentic, tasty food. It also gives you a serious dose of theatre. Public displays of open-air cooking that draw us in. Gorgeous visual displays of the food that further catches our attention and immediately tells you what's on offer. Intriguing machines and equipment used in the process that further ignites your interest. And a whole bunch of preparation flair to get your mouth watering. And always brought to you by a super friendly team. The best street food is more than just food. It's theatre. It's an experience. The great Marco Pierre White famously said that the best chefs are always great storytellers too. The Mr. Chip stand and its accompanying burger stall What's Cooking is an awesome story in perpetual cooking motion. The man behind this theatre of tastiness is this guy, Danny. We had the pleasure of spending some time with him to find out more about him and his food. His story is brilliant, so do stick around to the end to hear it all. I'll bring you in at the bit where I asked him when he moved to the UK.
Chips. I enjoy my holiday.
It's good.
I enjoy my holiday.
Say hi.
So yeah, everything started, when I moved here in 2018. That was July. I moved here in London because, I had in my mind the idea that I wanted to work for myself. Okay. So that was my goal, when I moved here in London. So I started working at street food, and that was in Greenwich Market, and that was my first job as I moved here in London. And then, after that, I kind of enjoyed this atmosphere of being, obviously, my background is kitchen. I was a chef in Italy, and I've always been cooking all my life since I was 15. My first job was to make panzerotti in Puglia because I'm from Puglia, and I was making panzerotti at 15 years old, and that was, that's my background. So I moved here in London. I was 19 when I got here, and I started working here in Greenwich in this market, and I kind of enjoy so much the atmosphere, and obviously I started as an employer making panzerotti, but then slowly I see how all the business organization work, how does it work to open a company, liability, insurance, find staff, employee, and all of that, and I was kind of keen, to be under all these aspects in order to one day be successful and open my business.
Okay, so from Puglia in Italy.
Yes.
Thank
you.
A family background in food at all?
No. Well, obviously, knowing we have a background in Puglia, everybody cooks.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's not like a business kind of background in kitchen. No, in my family, we don't have a business background. But we have obviously such an amazing food culture, But it's not just about my family. It's also about all the Pugliese family and all the people in southern Italy. We have such a close relationship with food. Let's say, we always cook, and even if we don't make it as a kind of business effort, but we always cook in the family and every day. And so probably. I had this kind of feeling, this my first close relationship with the food, obviously in the family, but it wasn't at that time. It wasn't like my obviously, because we're talking about I was 10 years old, 12 years old, because then I started working, and since I started working, I had the switch in my mind basically.
Yeah, exactly. So you come to London. Starting in Greenwich, what were you doing when you first got to London?
So panzerotti is like a Italian pizza pocket, let's say. It's like a fried calzone, because calzone is baked. and calzone is what is most well known in the world.
Yeah.
But panzerotti is like a calzone but fried, and it's very authentic from Puglia.
Gotcha.
That was my first job when I started working at 15, and that was my first job when I moved here in London.
Okay.
In Greenwich.
Okay, and so why Portobello, and why what you're cooking here? Why not? Did you think about doing something Italian?
So
or?
absolutely, that's a very, very, very important question, and is a.
Thank you.
What happened?
I try.
What I realized in my job is that the quicker you are, the more money you make, because street food is about speed.
Yep.
So what happened is that obviously panzerotti, even before I was trying to explain what panzerotti was. And the same happened with my customer,
I didn't. I know. I love my food,
okay,
right?
sorry,
and I
sorry.
wasn't sure. No, I wasn't sure. Yeah.
But basically, I have to explain what panzerotto is. But that thing doesn't happen with the chips, because chips is
what's a
straightforward.
What's a chip? Yeah.
So I still have customer come here and in my business say, well, what do you sell? I have still those people, but obviously chips is something straightforward. It doesn't need anything to be explained. It's something that everybody knows, and something that children and something that granddads and parents and everybody eats. Vegan, meat, no meat, and is a huge market. Potato is a huge market. It's a huge customer market. Obviously panzerotto is more authentic. I would say it's more like a niche product, it's like more, because obviously it's like a more heavy meal, because it's actually a pizza fried, so
it's like double.
So but it's still all the people that when I was working over there in Greenwich met me, and I let them try my panzerotto, all of them, they were amazed by the taste of it. But anyway, I moved here to Portobello, and what I'm doing in my two businesses like chips, halloumi fries, and chicken, southern fried chicken.
Yeah.
And over here, I do burgers, I do grilled cheese sandwiches, English breakfast, and twist potato. So, we talk about more like easy concept to understand for the people, but at the same time, obviously, what I think is that one of the secrets that I would say about when you work in a street food and in a business is that the easiest your product is, the more quicker, the more easy as well the people will understand what you're selling, So it's all a great coordination, I think.
And if you're serving panzerotti, you'd spend 50% of your time explaining what it is.
Exactly.
Where is it from? Let me tell you.
Exactly. So obviously, now with the people, they look, because people eat what they see with their own eyes. And obviously, looking at the massive, huge mountain of chips on my table over there, is something that take people attention.
Do you know what? It's funny you say that, because with YouTube, obviously we're a new channel, but we've done our research, right? And the thumbnail on each video it's exactly what you're describing. It's the window into the channel.
Exactly.
Right? You can have a free half-price Porsche in your showroom, but if no one can see through the window,
that's right.
And so it has to be visual. So
100%.
The thumbnail has to appeal to everyone.
Exactly.
And then your content needs to appeal to the people who you're aiming your channel at.
Can't be more agree with that.
Same with you, because your chips, when I came to the market the first time, and when I'd done research on YouTube about this market, your chips is so visual,
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, okay, I know exactly what it is.
Exactly.
That looks really tasty. I'm going to go there and try it.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's really clever.
And
strategy.
once you got the visual, that image in your brain, is that the moment that I sold the Porsche.
Yeah.
That's how it was.
100%. And what came first? Did both these stands come at the same
The
time?
cheap one. The cheap one.
Cheap
yeah,
one
the
first.
cheap one was first.
And
this
then-
one was after COVID, 2021.
2021. Okay. So I did a feature on David at Simply Paella,
Yes.
as you know, and he was telling me that him and you were the original.
Yes, yes,
original.
yes. With the chips. I was
Yeah.
with the chips, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why all the
chips.
name came from Mr. Chips.
Yeah.
So basically what happened is, still is one of my, obviously now he's not anymore a kid, but at that time, 2019, when I met him, he was a kid. And he was the first one who nicknamed me Mr. Chips.
Okay.
So from that moment, everybody started to call me Mr. Chips, and this guy, Lucas, is still my customer, obviously. It's nice to see him growing older, and he was the guy who gave me the nickname, the name of the brand, and everybody called me Mr. Chips now.
I love it. And the bandana. What's the story behind that?
Yeah, there's another story behind that. What happened?
Mr. Miyagi style.
Yeah. Konnichiwa,
Chips
konnichiwa.
on.
I got this friend Giacomo, he's an Italian guy, and he went for holiday in Osaka, Tokyo and Kyoto in Japan. So, and he brought me this bandana from Tokyo, and as soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it. I said, yeah, I need to wear it every day now in Portobello. And actually even a very good feedback from the customer, because all of them, they said that suits me. So
It does suit you. It adds another. It's kind of like a brand, another element of branding.
Exactly.
Where do you feel the market is now?
Yeah. So honestly, if you look at the street food here in London, it's a bit saturated. It's a saturated market, because I think we got lots of people doing street food, lots of traders, and lots of people trying to sell. But obviously, the difference is made by the place, the location where you are, and obviously the product that you sell.
Yeah.
And is at the moment what I think is that you will always even if you are in the most saturated market, but as long as you keep your authenticity with you, and you are original, and you keep that vibe, because here I don't sell even I said before, I sell chips, I sell burger, but my customer have here, they have here the experience. They come here because they feel the vibe, because it's not easy nowadays to keep a customer from 2019. We are 2023, and and how many people I got here, customer, also people who come here and say, oh, chips, but I got a customer, and like the Lucas, like the guy that I was talking before, that he's been with me since 2019. So that is a proof that what I do here is not like selling chips. Here is where there is like an exchange between people vibes, I would say.
Exactly.
Between and that is the secret, because even and here we got quite a lot of traders, but I'm not worried, because as long as you keep your authenticity with you, you'll be fine. It's all about you need to be unique. You need to have something that obviously people can notice that other people don't have, because especially in a saturated market, that is what you want to have. That is what you need. Yeah. At the moment, obviously, with the COVID, we've been here open during COVID. We've been trading during COVID.
Yeah, David said the same. I'm
yes.
surprised. I mean, I didn't have my channel then, right? But in my head, they'd all shut down, but that wasn't the case. Right?
So what happened is that actually we've been closed for just 3 months, and then after that we normally work. Obviously, we didn't have the amount of people that we always have, but be able to be working and be on. Hey, maestro! Be able to be, to keep working, and even with small community that we had at that time, it was good. It was good because we've been considered as an essential worker, so that's why we were working. But also, honestly, for me, you know, I was doing my job, and it was a way out, or to go out of my house, and you know, and do what I love. Because at the end, I was doing what I love, you know, my job, and I was happy. I was happy.
Yeah. It's a bit like a performance art. You know, visual, loud,
it's all
friendly,
exactly.
funny.
It's all,
Yeah, completely.
it's all everything mixed in all one boost of energy that I hope, and I'm sure, you know, all the people that will come here, they will feel, they will receive, you know, from what we do here. And you know, I think we do.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, this channel is all about the street food, obviously, stating the obvious, but also the people behind the food, and championing, you know, shining a light on, you know, on the best street food vendors. And when I came to, I'm not just saying this, I'm talking to you, I promise. But when I first came to the market, I thought, I need to speak to you.
Thank you.
It was quite clear.
Thank you.
So no, brilliant. You know, people like you are what this channel is going to be all about. So I love it. So just quickly, your potatoes.
Yes.
So you must have a supplier.
100%. Yeah.
You have a good relationship with your supplier?
Yeah. I got same supplier since I started here, since 2019. So,
Okay.
you know, we source our potato from West Sussex, from UK. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
So, and yeah, I receive, like, they obviously they send me pallet, the delivery pallet, and yeah, obviously it's all what it's about my business. It's all about potato, and obviously, yeah, you need to have a good potato, and yeah, we have such a good relationship with him, and you know.
I love it. And what potato do you use? What type?
So at the moment it's St. Mary.
St. Mary. Okay.
St. Mary, yes.
Interesting. Which is, I guess, quite a hard potato.
So what happened is every 3-4 months, it depends, you know, you change the main crop of the potato. So
Yes.
at the moment, what we're using is the St. Mary. And, you know, obviously I totally trust my supplier. You know, it's good for him, he tells me always, you know, it depends about the crop, which one they deliver me. Also, because I have some customer asking me, you know, what kind of potato do you use?
Yeah.
So, but I always trust him, and yeah, in this, we changed it, I think, it was probably around February, March.
Yeah.
And you know, every 3-4 months we go, because obviously potato is a food that comes from the soil, you know. So obviously it's an artisan that comes from, you know, it made organic. And obviously every 3-4 months, with the weather, with the rain, with all these factors, you know, you got different crop. And we always try to get, and also obviously with the help of my supplier, the best crop of the season.
I love it. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, my family's from Sussex originally. So
Okay.
Something with Sussex, but okay. So that potato, you know, obviously you've got baking potatoes, frying potatoes. You know, I know Maris Piper, for instance, is a very good
Twisted potato, yeah.
So this potato is particularly, I mean, I've tasted it. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
And so, have you used the same type of potato for the whole time, or have you changed?
No. Basically, what happened is that, you know, I buy a pallet of potato from my supplier, and he sent me even changing the crop, you know, even changing the production of the potato that he delivers me. But he has this huge, enormous land. So the potato at the end, he won't change much the taste, because, you know, obviously he won't spot the difference. But it changed. Actually, there is few little differences between different crops, about the size, about the color, and you know that obviously you can see if you have to do with potato every day, like, you know, you have to deal with raw potato every day. But obviously once you cook, you know, people don't taste the difference.
And how do you manage your stock levels? I mean, you now obviously been going for some time. You must have a good feel for how much you're going to sell each week, each day.
So at the moment, I order a pallet and it lasts me 2-3 weeks, let's say.
So I bet you're not buying potatoes from the supermarket, right?
No. I buy pallets.
No, I mean for yourself at home.
No.
Got enough left over, right?
No. I use potato. I use potato from here. With potato, obviously, when I go home, I do mashed potato because even here I do always fry. When I go home, I use the same potato to do mashed potato, and they're brilliant.
You're probably not going to go home and cook chips. Enough.
Exactly. That's right.
Love it. Okay, and also just about the visual aspect of your stand. Obviously, the mountain of chips. The
color.
I love that. The color, the scale is brilliant. But also the machine, I featured it when I first came, when I filmed the first time here.
The chip cutter, my best friend.
The chip cutter, that is genius.
Yes.
It also looks
my best friend.
It also looks like it was built, in the Victorian Victorian time.
That's why. That's absolutely true.
Freaking Charles.
No, but actually, what is more that I love about it is that he is the same machine that I used here since I came the first day that I came here.
I love it.
That's why it has this kind of obviously you can buy different ones, but no, until the moment that it literally breaks, that I can't do anything to fix it, I will always use it. He's my best friend because we have like a relationship.
Does it have a name?
No, actually I call chip cutter. I say he's my best friend. He doesn't have a name, but we have such a close relationship.
He's probably expecting a name.
I know.
Poor chip cutter. But no, it's very clever, very visual, and just like authentic. It's just brilliant, and the noise it makes.
And I think honestly, it's perfect. Also with atmosphere that we go. I think
totally.
In Portobello, with the vibe that we go around, it's perfect.
And also says that the chips are fresh without having to tell them.
Exactly.
Show them, don't tell them. Yeah.
Exactly. That's a crucial point because obviously not anymore now. But at the very beginning, I had people point at my chips and say, "Look, frozen chips."
No.
No, I say no. Just touch them. You need just to touch them, and you can actually see with obviously people. That. It's people, and doing my job, you deal with lots of people,
Gotcha. You have to be very good with people, I would imagine.
120%.
I'm only filming, and I found myself having to be very good with people too.
Yes. That's another secret, because obviously, but not just being good, being also genuine with the people, because you can be good, you can be bad, it depends, because it depends on the situation, but I think you have to be genuine with the people,